Yes, follow-up question?
Again, I still don't understand what the hybrid mail is. How is it going to work? How are you going to charge? And is the Italy will be the first country to do that? Thank you.
I think that I am more than forced to answer. But, of course, when you put in place a list of services, as first you think how to market these services, and you described the main features, the main characteristics, the various ingredients you can put together to form a list of new services. And you put aside a price for that, because, of course, from a business point of view, I do not think that everything will be offered free of charge. As to our current experience, I noticed, if I come back to the example I gave you, the certificate, or other ones which are running currently in Italy, I think that everybody is willing to pay a little amount of money, having on the other end the advantage of not moving from his house, not necessarily going to a public office or to a post office or somewhere else to access a certificate. Think about the health functionality. You can book a visit. Of course, you have to be recognized and identified because you book a visit. You pay for a visit. You can do it via internet or in a post office, and that happens currently in Italy. Then you have to submit yourself to a medical text, and of course you have to go physically. All the other functionalities, receiving the text, receiving the medicines, paying for these features, you can take advantage of some parts of the service proposals. So if we think simply that a postal operator will transform the existing physical mail in a pure electronic mail, it's interesting, but it's a sort of limitation. We have to think about, as Edward said, as Rod said, to create new value, new opportunities, because the example of the e-commerce, apart of the fact that up to now the parcels are still to be delivered, but you can put easily together, they told, the physical address and the electronic address, because the postman is the one who naturally is the most updated as to the presence of a human being in a specific location. The electronic address could be a social code, can be put together with the physical one and allow the functionalities I mentioned in an easier way, plus the payment. Because when you put together communication, payment and logistics, you cover an enormous amount of functionalities which can give you the advantage of being in touch with all the world and take use and advantage of the services which can come from whatever part of the world, staying at home and vice versa.
I think Paul Donohoe would like to add something on your question to hybrid mail, and then we'll go to the question at the back.
I just wanted to add and point out that that hybrid mail and a number of the electronic services that have been discussed today are actually being developed in a number of countries around the world. And the dotpost network is actually going to be an excellent infrastructure, as Rod said, to link on an international basis these electronic services that many postal operators are currently developing for their local customers to really create the international network of postal electronic services, which is the vision that Mr. Dayan outlined in his statement. Thank you.
Okay, we'll take the question at the back. If you could state your name and your agency.
Izumi Aoki from NHK Japanese Television. I'm very, very sorry to be ignorant. I didn't know about this process, and I would like to know the beginning of this process, when you started, how it started. Maybe you had some difficulty to conclude. And finally, does UPU change from UPU.int to UPU.post? Thank you.
You had right. It was a long process because first we had the idea very long time ago, but it was just an idea, dotpost. What could be the content? What could be the services? What was the experience of UPU? And we had to work around the dotpost concept. What could be the role of UPU? But you know, you can have sometimes very good ideas, but too early in advance. And we have to demonstrate, first of all, that we had a clear vision, clear understanding from our members, and also, without waiting the conclusion of the negotiations, to provide the proof that we were professionals having the possibility to develop concrete services. Today, it's the case. Today, we provide our services to the majority of our members, the most industrialized countries, like the others, using the most sophisticated technologies, RFID, EDI messages, etc., etc. And it was not simple for UN agencies to be recognized in an open manner by ICANN. It means that we had to make effort in the two sides and also to convince some key leaders like Postal Italian to be confident with the UPU. It was, it took some time, but it's better because you are from Japan. I think I have strong people from Japan working with the UPU. And they are very successful. You know why? Because before starting, they take a long time for thinking, cutting the problem in a different sides, and finding the right solution. Meaning that for implementing successfully dotpost, we follow the Japanese example, which is the reason why we are confident.